When Donald Trump's plane entered Qatar's skies, it honestly felt like a scene straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. Qatar sent up F-15 fighter jets to fly alongside Air Force One. Talk about a dramatic entrance. And who was waiting for him on the red carpet? None other than Qatar's ruler himself, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad. But it didn't stop there. Outside the airport, things looked straight up royal. A fleet of luxury cars, including custom Tesla Cybertrucks, rolled in under the watchful eyes of Qatar's elite royal guards. This wasn't just a regular political visit. This was a full-blown display of power, pride, and serious style. No US president had ever been welcomed like this in Qatar. But here's the twist. Behind all this glitz and glamour was something deeper. A secret deal and a royal gift so massive, even someone like Trump had to pause and think. Welcome to the first episode of Waking World. During the Middle East tour, Trump stopped in Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar. And honestly, every stop felt more like a royal adventure than a political trip. In Saudi Arabia, forget the red carpet, he got a lavender one. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman personally greeted him, and royal guards even presented golden swords. Yes, golden swords. In the UAE, the vibe was just as grand. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed rolled out the welcome, and there was this beautiful moment where young Emirati girls performed a traditional dance, their long hair swaying gently with the rhythm. It was honestly mesmerizing. Now, Arab leaders are famous for their royal-style hospitality. Money, gifts, luxury, you name it. But Qatar's Sheikh Tamim, he took things to a whole new level. This wasn't just about red carpets or fancy cars. This was a once-in-history kind of welcome, something no other American president had ever experienced in the Gulf. And it all started before Trump even landed. As soon as Air Force One entered Qatari airspace, 8 F-15 fighter jets from Qatar's Air Force swooped in and flew alongside it, like a royal escort in the sky. Inside the plane, White House officials were filming everything, totally stunned. Later, they even sent a thank you to the Emir of the incredible gesture. And that sky-high welcome, it didn't stop there. At Hamad International Airport, the red carpet was rolled out all the way down the aircraft stairs. And waiting at the bottom, Sheikh Tamim himself. That's huge, because usually it's a Prime Minister or Deputy Emir who shows up. But this time, the Emir broke protocol to greet Trump in person. Standing beside him was something else. An elite unit known as the Emiri Guards, 210 of the best trained soldiers in Qatar, handpicked for one mission only: protect the Emir, no exceptions. Once Trump stepped off the plane, the real show began. A luxurious motorcade was ready and waiting. And guess what led the charge? A custom Tesla Cybertruck, designed by Qatar's Royal Protocol Division, sleek, bold, futuristic. Behind it, a convoy straight out of an action movie. US Secret Service armored SUVs joined the fleet. A dedicated film crew led that way, capturing every cinematic angle. Then came the heavy hitters, a GMC Yukon, a flashing Qatar Police Audi RS5 pulling the tight tactical turns. 2 Cybertrucks side by side. Qatar Police BMW R1200 bikes riding in perfect sync. 2 identical presidential limos, the Beasts, flanked by Suburbans. A Chevy 3500 HT packed with encrypted comms and military-grade tech. 4 more Suburbans carrying a tactical team, ready for anything. And at the very end, the Ford F550 Cat truck, housing the elite counter-assault team. Oh, and that vehicle with the dome on top? That's not for decoration. It's the ECM vehicle, designed to jam enemy drones, block missile locks, and neutralize threats before they even get close. The entire convoy moved like clockwork. Part security, part spectacle, all unforgettable. And Qatar's special security forces brought it all home, wrapping up the procession like true pros. When President Trump arrived at the Al Wajbah Palace, the welcome went from grand to majestic. Traditional Qatari guards on horses and camels created a symbolic circle around the beast, Trump's armored car, and then began one of the Qatar's most iconic performances, the Ardah, or the sword dance. It was a full cultural show, flashing swords, rhythmic drum beats, and an atmosphere that truly celebrated the guest of honor. As Trump stepped into the massive 200-acre palace, even he couldn't hide his amazement and praised the architecture. During this historic visit, the US and Qatar signed several major economic and strategic agreements. According to the official White House website, President Trump confirmed a total economic commitment of $1.2 trillion with Qatar. One of the biggest wins? Boeing. The American aircraft manufacturer received the largest order in its history from Qatar. The CEO of Qatar Airways, Badr Mohammed Al Mir, signed a deal with Boeing CEO Calhoun to purchase 210 aircraft valued at a massive $96 billion. And it's not just about the money. The White House mentioned that this deal could create over 154,000 American jobs every year. That's huge for the US economy. Trump also offered to sell Qatar advanced MQ-9B drones known for their surveillance and defense intelligence capabilities. That deal alone was worth an estimated $1.96 billion. On top of that, Qatar signed multiple agreements with the US for partnerships in energy, defense intelligence, and even quantum computing. All in all, Trump's Qatar visit locked in confirmed deals worth $243 billion, and according to the White House, their long-term impact could touch $1.2 trillion. So, if we really look at it, the biggest winner in this entire deal was the United States. Boeing landed its biggest contract ever, and US industries are set to receive billions in investment from Qatar across different sectors. Now, normally you would expect Trump to give a gift during such a high-profile visit, right? But here, the opposite happened. After this lavish royal welcome, the Emir of Qatar gifted Trump something absolutely wild: a luxury Boeing 747-8 jet. Yup, that same jet originally built for the Qatari royal family, famously known as the Palace in the Sky. The flying mansion is estimated to be worth over $400 million, making it one of the most expensive diplomatic gifts ever offered. It has 2 full-size bathrooms, 9 lavatories, a master bedroom, a guest bedroom, multiple lounges, a private office, and enough space to carry up to 89 passengers in full luxury. Trump was offered this ultra-premium gift, but here's the catch. According to the US Constitution's Foreign Emoluments Clause, no federal official, not even the president, is allowed to accept expensive gifts or benefits from foreign governments without Congress's approval. And that's exactly where the Democratic Party jumped in, accusing Trump of potential corruption. Their argument? He's not allowed to accept something of such high value, especially not without transparency. But Trump's response? Classic Trump. In an interview, he said, "Why shouldn't I accept Qatar's gift? We give things to so many countries, and when someone wants to give us something back, what's the harm?" He even pointed out how outdated Air Force One is. This jet is 40 years old. Its maintenance costs are through the roof. Meanwhile, Gulf royals are flying in brand new Boeing 747s. Why should we stick with an antique? Still, Democrats argue that ever since Trump took office, there have been multiple moves that indirectly benefited him, whether it's launching meme coins or being offered a free luxury jet. And honestly, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Even during Trump's first term, people raised concerns. Many claim that foreign diplomats were purposely booking stays at Trump hotels just to gain his attention. helping his personal business while also building political goodwill. So critics are now asking, was Qatar's royal treatment and that $400 million jet really just about hospitality? Or was there something else behind it? According to NBC, the Trump Organization, now run by his two sons, has been expanding aggressively in the Middle East. Their latest projects? Now reaching Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman and Qatar. There's Trump International Hotel and towers in Dubai and a Trump Tower projected in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. What's more interesting? Trump's recent Middle East tour included those exact countries, the ones where his family business is growing the fastest. CNN's analysis report that in just last few years, Trump Organization's business in the Middle East has tripled. So some are saying, was this trip really about politics or was it more about business? Critics argue that Trump wasn't acting as a US president on this tour, but as the head of a family-run empire. And remember, it's not just Qatar. Trump has also received massive support in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Even some of his own supporters are now saying, we voted for a president, a national leader, not someone who travels the world closing deals for his family's company. Trump, on the other hand, maintains that he has no involvement in the business and that his sons handle everything. But still, no matter how you frame it, any benefit that comes to the business ultimately circles back to Trump.